I'm going to guess you've tried it all. The apps, the planners, the productivity coaches. But you still feel stuck in that cycle of starting strong and then burning out. The truth is, if you want to know how to become more disciplined in life, you've got to stop looking for a secret and start building a system that actually works. What if you could build real, unwavering focus, not through willpower, but through routine? It's not about being a superhuman, it's about being consistent. Because real discipline isn't some rare gift you're born with. It's a muscle you train every single day. A lot of people think it's a monumental effort, but it's really the opposite. It's about making a series of tiny decisions that build up to something big. It's about taking control of your daily routine so your routine doesn't take control of you. Let's get practical. The first step towards real change isn't some grand gesture. It's a tiny anchor. I'm talking about your morning ritual. These daily habits for success are the building blocks. They're what set the tone for your entire day. You're not just waking up, you're building momentum. What I've found is that if you win the first hour, you've already won most of the battles that the day will throw at you. I can't tell you how many times I've started a new habit and then dropped it a week later. It's a common story, and it's okay. The key isn't to be perfect, it's to be persistent. It's about recognizing that doubt and fear are a normal part of the process. The question isn't whether you'll stumble, but what you'll do when you do. The first step is forgiving yourself. It's a way of saying, I'm not broken, I'm just human. Let's imagine Sarah. She wanted to start a fitness routine, but every time she missed a day, she'd quit for a month. We helped her shift her mindset. Instead of aiming for a perfect 7-day streak, we created a simple framework. Just show up. That's it. She'd go to the gym, even if it was just for 5 minutes. The result? She built momentum, not guilt. Soon, those 5 minutes turned into 30, and she built a daily habit for success that felt sustainable, not suffocating. This brings us to a timeless lesson from the Stoics. It's the core of true Stoic wisdom. They knew that the secret to discipline isn't about controlling the world around you, but about mastering your inner world. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." It's an insight that cuts through the noise. It teaches us that our reaction is our one true power. Everything else? It's just noise. So how do we put this into practice? We use what I call the 2-minute rule. If you can do a task in less than 2 minutes, do it now. This simple trick turns procrastination into action. It builds momentum and gets the ball rolling. It might seem too small to make a difference, but these micro wins are how we train the muscle of discipline and build the confidence to tackle bigger projects. I want you to think about what you do in the first 5 minutes after you get home from a long day. Most of us grab the remote or scroll through our phones. That's a small choice, but it sets the tone for your entire evening. What if, instead, you use those 5 minutes to do something that gives you back a little bit of energy? Maybe you put on some music, stretch for a bit, or simply sit in silence. This is where the real work begins. We're not just talking about how to become more disciplined in life to be productive. We're talking about finding peace. The chaos of your phone notifications, the pressure to always be on, it all takes a toll. When you intentionally choose what you do with your time, you're not just building habits. You're building a fortress around your mind. You're protecting your peace. And that's a win that nothing can take away. Let's imagine Mark. He worked a demanding job and felt completely drained by the end of the day. The idea of a productive evening seemed impossible. We told him to try just a 10-minute digital detox after work. No phone, no TV, just sitting with a cup of tea. It felt too simple, but it was enough. This tiny space gave him the clarity to choose his evening, rather than letting it happen to him. This daily habit for success unlocked his ability to work on his passion project. Eastern philosophy often speaks of the middle way, a path that avoids extremes. It teaches us that to achieve true discipline, we must avoid the rigid trap of perfectionism. The goal isn't to be a machine, but to flow with life's natural rhythms. The Tao Te Ching says, "The best fighter is never angry." This teaches us that the best way to battle our bad habits isn't with brute force, but with a quiet, persistent grace. I want to challenge a common misconception. Most people believe motivation is a feeling that you need to wait for. That couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, it's the other way around. Action creates motivation. The moment you start, no matter how small, you get a hit of momentum. It's like pushing a stuck wheel. The hardest part is the very first turn. After that, it gets easier. So stop waiting for the feeling and start the action. Now let's talk about the payoff. When you master your habits, you gain a sense of control over your life. You get to decide what you want to do and where you want to go. You're not a passenger anymore. You're the pilot. This is the key to mastering how to become more disciplined in life. And what's more, you're building a foundation of resilience. It's an inner strength, a type of core discipline that makes you feel unbreakable, no matter what challenges life throws your way. It's not about being fearless, but about having the courage to act in spite of fear. Research suggests there's a biological reason for this. Our brains are wired for habits. When you repeat an action, you create a neural pathway. This pathway gets stronger with every repetition. This is why small, consistent actions are so powerful. They're not just about daily habits for success. They're about physically and mentally rewiring your brain. Think of it as paving a new road in your mind. The more you use it, the easier and faster it becomes. Let's imagine David. He felt overwhelmed by the thought of trying to tackle his ambition of writing a novel. We helped him with the one-sentence rule. Just write one sentence today. It sounds silly, right? But that single tiny action every morning built a profound sense of momentum. He didn't just build a novel, he rebuilt his relationship with creativity. By mastering his discipline, he found his purpose. So my final thought for you, a piece of Stoic wisdom. What's your one sentence? What's your one small action?